Are we excited?
Yes, we are. This will be probably my most exciting swamp walk.
From one pole to another. It's 3/10 of a mile. It's 200 feet north of here. We'll walk on James Drive to the north. Left. And then they'll be about 10 minutes behind us. We're all going to go in the swamp together. And Donna will find us.
Now she knows about your real mistress. This right. He flipped.
Get that over with right now.
It was a long ride.
Corkscrew, or I've been in some of the jungles in Costa Rica, but it's not like this.
Oh man, that was good.
He did.
Some mucky stuff there.
How far do we go?
Oh, hi there. It's very tough when you first try to learn tropical.
Well, I got.
Correct.
Let me lead Preston. I'm riding on track. I don't want to make
Roger's got
Because I'm going to give him back his slide.
a love track. Oh, you can pass that up. On board. All right, have some fun. All right, so are you having fun?
Yeah!
Not yet. Look at this guy. Not wet yet. Oh, in here.
Paul, aren't you concerned
No gator. Always a good nation.
If he were worried about it, he wouldn't have worn it. He knows it's out here. No compromise.
Guys, maybe you want a little bit.
Are we at the spot?
No.
Oh, how bright they are. What? You can't lose those. That's what she said. I get lost when she's swinging. Yeah, Dad, save our souls. All right, where's Greg?
Definitely want that. And I need to look at like bug spray,
Right out there, which is exactly what you guys are doing. All right in there. That way you can see Renee, Tom, and I right at the ghost. This is the first ghost that I showed the group that day. First ghost that Don ever.
No, she's named after Ravia's aunt.
I'll do this. Mike is making an announcement about why this is a significant spot.
Woo!
Donna, hold it there for a second.
so is paparazzi. I know. Need that song, Pop.
Okay, I'd like to give everybody just a couple minutes to get settled, get your composure, get good solid footing. We're going to be here for a couple of minutes, and we'll begin the ceremony in just a couple seconds. Are you two comfortable and ready to go? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, first of all, I would like to thank you all for coming out today. It's very nice to see friends and family gather together on such a joyous occasion. And I also want to welcome you to Fakahatchee Strand Preserve State Park, the largest strand swamp in the world.
By the way, a strand swamp is an elongated channel of 1,000 years by rainfall.
Thank you. We are here to celebrate one of life's greatest moments, a celebration of the joining of two hearts in love. Today is the day we unite Mike and Donna in marriage. Mike and Donna, marriage is one of the most precious gifts in life. It is a choice you make, not just on your wedding day, but over and over again. And that choice is reflected in the way you treat each other. You will have times of challenge, times of conflict, yet times of the greatest joy. Love is the strongest bond and the sweetest nourishment we can ever experience. Everything you have ever done and all that you have ever learned has brought you to this moment as you now stand before one another.
Jay, do me a favor.
Though you will cherish the memories of your individual pasts, today you move forward and create a new life together. Mike and Donna, at this time I invite you to share your personal sentiments for one another. And I will have you go first, Donna. You want a little assistance?
Well, I was just gonna, I guess everybody knows when I first met Mike on a swamp walk intro out there, and you were about as loud as you were this morning because I could hear you. I said, darn it, I'm not going to see any birds today with this guy, so. And then he started flailing his arms, as usual, talking about the Fakahatchee. And boy, did I think that was corny. Oh, I was probably rolling my eyes. But you know who caught the Fakahatchee the worst? And the Micah habit. So I knew we had a lot to share when I first met you. We have everything in common, like so many things. It's amazing. And you call that MO, maximum overlap. So he said that's just, you know, good formula for a successful relationship. Anyway, I just say that today I'm going to join my life with yours.
And Mike.
Where do I start? When we were first getting our relationship started, Donna and I felt that we kind of won the lottery. And so now, whenever we play the lottery occasionally, $1, $2 here and there, Donna will sometimes ask me, "Are you feeling lucky, punk?" That's a quote. My response has never been, but should be, this: of course I feel lucky. Look who I'm with.
Here, here.
From now on, that's my response. The next time she says that. Lichens. I learned from John that lichens are an algae and a mutualist relationship of fungi. He calls it obligate mutualism. That sounds a lot like marriage, because together you bring forth a new life. You transform. You can't find that alga or that fungus anywhere in the wild. It can be grown separately in a lab, but not in the wild. When two people come together, they form this mutualistic relationship, obligate mutualism, where the two become a greater whole than they were apart. And then, I never heard it put this way, but I love the way Donna explains the symbiosis of a lichen. And she says, and I don't know if you want to say that.
Alfred Algae fell in love with, you know,
Freddie
Fungus, and they got married.
With Allie Algae, is that right? Yeah. And they took a liking to each other, and then she adds, so they got married. So I never thought of it that way, and she's the first one that ever explained it that way. So I thought that was good. Didn't mean to put you on the spot. But you say it, and I love to hear you say it.
After all that.
Freddie Fungus and Allie Algae. It was cool. So and they took a liking to each other and got married. So kind of cool. But anyways, we're better together than we are apart, just like the lichens. Another thing that we've come upon is the pink flamingo. I was reading a story where it talked about the out-of-contextness, I guess, of pink flamingos. When you see one pink flamingo decorating the yard, they truly are out of context. When you put two plastic pink flamingos together, they belong. Speaking for myself, in my life, I've always felt like an out-of-place, incongruous, out-of-context, single plastic pink flamingo decorating the yard. We are now two pink flamingos, plastic pink flamingos, and I did send her a card once that said, I would decorate any yard with you.
It said something like, let's go hang out in front of a trailer.
That was it. I would hang out in front of any trailer with you, so I love that, and I mean that. I would go anywhere with you. Another thing that I wanted to talk about was my brother Mark and I were talking as we were looking for the other half of ourselves, or whatever you want to call it, the better half. The other piece of you that's missing that you don't even know is missing until you find that missing piece. And Mark and I postulated that should this other self, the other part of you, keep you in your comfort zone or coax you out of your comfort zone? I think we both agreed, and I know I've come to the conclusion now after meeting Donna, that it is both, because that other part of you expands your comfort zone. So that no matter where you are, as long as you're together, as pink plastic flamingos or an alga and a fungus, that mutualism expands your world. So because of that mutualism, each partner gets to live in a larger world, and therefore gets to live a larger life. So that came from that conversation with Mark. I was also talking to Greg. Where's Greg?
Hey.
and my younger brother Greg. And that leads me to my next one. Barb and I were having a discussion. Where's Barb? A few years ago on the phone. She was giving me a bunny report. And you know us biologists, we're always calculating and documenting it and recording numbers. And we got talking about, I think our conclusion was perhaps, and I think I got that word from Jimmy. Where's Jimmy? There he is. He says perhaps a lot. And Bobby. Jimmy and Bobby say perhaps, and I love that word. So I'm going to try to start saying it more. I even worked it into a wedding vow.
It's a good word and it bears repeating. You're welcome.
It's a good word.
It's a non-committal word.
And so, perhaps, I think Barb and I came to this conclusion, perhaps the most valuable treasures in this life that we get to live, and we're privileged enough to live, and as Greg reminded me, it's those intangibles, the things that cannot be measured. Perhaps the most valuable treasures in our life are the intangibles, the things you cannot measure. My example is, I brought the poll today because Donna teases me about taking notes all the time. And I do. I take notes
no
about...
notes on the honeymoon.
I take notes. How high is this ghost orchid? It's 3.1 feet high. What kind of tree is it growing on? A pop ash. What side of the tree is it growing on? The north side. And how deep is the water at that ghost orchid? 1.24 feet. So those are things that I do as a biologist and as a career. Scientists are always looking for data because we want to crunch numbers and find out, we're interviewing the plant. And so we want to crunch that data and figure out, well, what are the patterns of life? All right? So Barb and I came to the conclusion, perhaps the most valuable things in life are those intangibles, which you cannot measure with a measuring stick. I can measure the distance to you guys. I can measure the water depth to a hive and orchid. But the really important things in this life cannot be seen. They are intangible. They're friendship. They are compassion. And they are joy. The other one is love. You cannot see love, but you can feel it. And you know it when you're there. And we are there. And so I just reminding myself, as much as I love collecting data, there are things that cannot be measured by a measuring tape or recorded in a notebook. And I found that with Donna. Here's my ending. I will end with a quote from my favorite musical group, the Bee Gees. Someday, Donna, you and I should be one.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Let's make these vows official, you guys. You will... May I have your bouquet of flowers? I want you guys to hold hands. Mike, you take Donna to be your wife, to live together in matrimony, to love, honor, and cherish her, to listen to her, encourage and comfort her, standing by her side in whatever may face you in the years ahead.
I do.
And Donna, you take Mike to be your husband, to live together in matrimony, to love, honor, and cherish him, to listen to him, encourage and comfort him, standing by his side in whatever may face you in the years ahead. Moving to the ring portion. Your wedding rings mark the beginning of your long journey together. They are worn on the third finger of the left hand, as the ancient Greeks believed a vein from this finger travels directly to the heart. These rings are a symbol of love never ending, and they are a seal of your vows. Your rings say that even in your uniqueness, you have chosen to be bound together. These rings also are a sign that love has substance as well as soul, a present as well as a past, and despite its occasional sorrows, love itself is a circle of happiness, wonder, and delight. Mike, if you will place the ring on Donna's finger and repeat after me. I give you this ring
I give you this ring
as a symbol of my vows.
as a symbol of my vows.
Wear it with love and joy.
Wear it with love and joy.
I choose you
I choose you
to be my partner.
to be my partner.
Donna, you will place the ring on Mike's finger and repeat after me. I give you this ring
I give you this ring
as a symbol of my vows.
as a symbol of my vows.
Wear it with love and joy.
Wear it with love and joy.
I choose you to be my partner. And in Mother Teresa's words, be the kindness and the living expression of God. Kindness in your face, kindness in your eyes, kindness in your smile. Spread love everywhere you go. First of all, in your own house. Give love to each other and to your children, Nikki, Jimmy, Tommy, and Jimmy. Let no one ever come to you without leaving better and happier. Love has given you wings, and your journey continues today. By virtue of the power vested in me, I hereby proclaim you, Michael and Donna, to be husband and wife, or Hootie and Who. You may seal this union with a kiss.
My microphone.
Congratulations. You give a big pretty.
All right.
You're married!
Hooty ho!
You look quite distinguished.
Thank you.
They're beautiful. The rose pink on the inside. Pond apple.
They're a little
Flower of
fleshy.
a pond.
We'd have thrown the fruits, but it's too early for that yet.
We sure appreciate you all coming here and sharing this special occasion. This is where I remember Donna for the first time, March 25, 2006, when I showed the group from the Florida Master Naturalist Program the first ghost orchid right there. And she stayed back with 2 or 3 other people. Mike Lincoln was helping lead that walk.
Right where
And they kind of worked their way back up there. And Donna and a couple other were asking more questions about the ghost orchid and what we know about them and all that data that us biologists like to do. So that's when she kind of stuck out. But it was only about 10 minutes later, as we were hiking through the swamp, because we still had a good 3-hour swamp walk together, that she found a ghost orchid. After seeing the first one right here, only within 10 minutes did she find her second ever. And I was not going to show the group, a second ghost orchid. And she found it. And she said, "Oh, did you know about this one?" I said, "Well, I kind of knew about that one, but nobody ever finds ghost orchids on their first swamp walk out here. They're too busy, trying to be still or be upright and worried about falling in the water or whatever." She was so comfortable and so observant, she found a ghost orchid after 10 minutes after she had seen her first one. So that was impressive. I remember asking her, I had my notebook out, wait a minute, nobody ever finds ghost orchids on their first swamp walk. Who are you? What's your name? And I was going to write down her name on the side, but somebody must have laughed or said something and I didn't quite catch her. She turned around and smiled at me while looking at the ghost and said Donna. So I remember seeing that bright, happy, smiling face. And I just didn't catch it, otherwise I was going to write it. So that's when I really remember her, was at the second ghost. But I remember talking with her and a couple others right here. So that was now 7 years ago.
That's a keeper, Mike.
Yes. She comes out in the swamp all the time and loves it out here. And she doesn't always know where she is, because that's why we hoo you. But my job is to document what she finds. And
You know that the one we were going to get married at was the one that I found, and it was going to have a flower. and someone poached it about 3 weeks ago.
Come on, let's go for a walk and find a
It was
flower.
named Donegal.
And he was watching it for how many years?
1998, I believe.
And they killed it because they just scraped it.
Scraped it right off.
Thank you. Fantastic.
Nikki and Jimmy and Tommy too.
Give her a kiss. Pretend you love her.
Everybody. Like we're in,
A little bit more this way.
You want to hold this hole?
Very good. That's perfect.
Good.
Okay, look this way.
Look.
One more time. Look this way.
One more. One.
When you get back in the car,
Carol, still.
There is no safety net with this group. Yeah, safety is not part of the bargain with this.
1, 2,
Join this group.
3. Come on, everybody get excited.
A rowdy group, just the way.
This is probably the best part, the photographs of the reception or not. I don't even know if I can wear my dress there.
You got to be crazy to be in a place like this.
That's right. As Wendell always said, you gotta want to be in a place like this.
I got a record called There's a Fungus Among Us. Actually, if you Google that, you'll get that. That is the record of 45.
I know, I heard that, I think.
There's a rumble in the jungle. There's a cruising in.
We're gonna do karaoke later.
by itself anymore. That's disconcerting.
Bobby, should we do the pink flag? Yeah. I think it was here. Wasn't it? I think so too. Well, that's going to go another way.
Not say it.
Maybe not.
We can drive out maybe with Jay if he has seats. Now the gator attack.
Want to go over this way? Or?
I don't know.
Boy, this water's cool.
Wonderful.
Ooh, over a foot and a half deep.
Those little things that
Where'd he go? Oh.
Approach Walk Studio 620, which is downtown CP. You guys got relatives, so you're in.
Peg where to go to follow us, you know?
Okay.
Those are the best looking wedding sponsors I have.
Isn't that great? Matching wedding shoes.
We shopped and shopped. We shopped till we dropped
Till we
to
dropped.
get these.
And your dress is perfect, my dear.